Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a veterinary nurse. I've been a veterinary nurse for 20 years and I've worked in both small animal and mixed practice over the years. So hopefully I've come across many of your problems that you have that I hear with your dogs. And to go alongside my website mustlikdogs.co.uk, I thought I'd do some tutorials of common things I get asked or demonstrations that I do for clients. It's kind of run-of-the-mill stuff and some different ones as well. I thought I'd do a video because it's always, for me, so much easier if somebody shows you. So with the help of Boise, this is my boxer Boise. Boise's 11 and he's been with me for most of my veterinary career. He's had many illnesses, so hopefully he's made me a better veterinary nurse, and he's going to be assisting me, he doesn't know it yet, in a lot of my tutorials. So I hope you enjoy them. If you feel that there's something I haven't covered and you want to ask any questions, then feel free to message me on the website or after this video in the comments section. Thank you. So what I've got together here today is some cotton wool. I use cotton wool over things like tissue paper or toilet paper because it's really soft. It's as soft as you can get, and the ears, these are quite delicate structures in there. The skin can get irritated quite easily. So for wiping out, I always use cotton wool, nothing else. I have a veterinary ear cleaner here. I know some people use olive oil. There are loads of other proprietary ones on the market as well. The reason I use this one in particular is it's really good at cleaning and getting rid of wax. Boise, come here, good boy. Thanks very much. It's really good at breaking up wax, and it also can restore the healthy bacteria in the ear canal as well. So it's quite gentle and mild, so this is one that I tend to use. I also use a bit of kitchen roll to put the dirty stuff on when it comes out. You can use cotton buds, but what you can't do, and I'll explain why in a second, is you can't poke them anywhere you can't see. So on the outside of the ear, this is what we call the ear pinner here, this flap. So anything you can see there without poking down is absolutely fine. You can get in the little cracks and crevices with a cotton bud, that's fine. But definitely don't poke it down. What you do by poking it down is invariably put wax further into the ear. And there is the eardrum or the tympanic membrane, which you can't see, and it is possible to puncture that or rupture that. So here's a little picture, I don't know if you can see that, of a dog's ear. I have neatly coloured in the parts of the ear that we're just quickly going to talk about with my son's crayons because I didn't have anything else. You should be able to see the red part, so anything in grey is what you can see looking down at your dog's ear now. Once it starts to go red, you see that ear canal goes down and then slightly off to the side, which is why often when you've got a dog's perhaps an ear problem and you look and you think, well, it looks all right, is because it's going on. Usually your vet will be able to see it with a scope much further down. Again, further down you've got the smallest little line at the end of that red, which I think I've done in blue. That's your tympanic membrane or your eardrum, and it can rupture very easily. It can repair quickly as well, but it can rupture equally, which is again why it's wise not to just put things down your dog's ear if it looks like it's got a real problem. If that membrane is ruptured, you've got nothing stopping those drops going right down into the next section, which I have done in green, and that's into the middle ear, which can cause problems then. So that membrane is there to protect those structures in the middle ear. So what we're going to do today is be working on the red area by So I'm going to clean Boise's ears today. He's really good for his ears. He doesn't particularly enjoy it, I'd say, but he doesn't particularly hate it either. If you have a dog that really doesn't like it, I always suggest having somebody else help hold the head like this is a good idea. If you have a dog that's particularly sensitive, a little tip for you is when you're working on one ear, get your assistant just gently, I do mean really gently, just rub the other ear, because that kind of confuses them for a second, which may buy you a couple of seconds to get the drops in and do what we need to do on the other side. And then when you're working on the other side, again, swap sides and rub the other one. It may just buy you a few seconds. For dogs that don't like it or have to have repeated treatments, it can be painful if they have ear infections and ear drops. I always treat at the end, and if they're really nervous or don't like it, you can treat during as well. Make it a positive experience. So what we would do is lift up the pinner of the ear, as you can see here, and I always recommend people, if you've got two ears that maybe one is good and one is bad. Boise has more wax on this side than he does on the other side. Always start with the good ear. That goes the same as if you have ear drops from the vet. Start with the one that's good or better, and then go to the one that's not so good, so that you're not transferring bacteria from one side to the other. So we're going to lift up the ear pinner, and we're going to pop a few drops down the ear. You don't need to squirt it really heavily, and in fact that can actually irritate that membrane. So just gently drip a few drops. It can be hard to count, and then what we're going to do is just gently massage the ear, and massage it in a fashion that goes upwards if you can. Now, what you should be able to hear, the video might not pick it up, is there should be a slight squelching noise, and that is the liquid working its way into the ear canal. Good boy, come here, I know you don't like it. And then with your cotton wool, take a small piece, pop it where you can see it, everywhere you can go is fine, and have a good rub around. You don't want to be poking your finger all the way down that hole, but anywhere here is fine. Don't know if you can see that, but that's the kind of stuff that you probably get out. Dog wax tends to be brown, not so much yellow like we have. And once you've had a good go, dry out any excess, and then you can do the other ear. So after every session of his ear cleaning, he doesn't really like it. Boise always gets a treat. Ow! He really likes them treats. And hopefully then he'll forgive me for next time, and it'll make it worth his while. It's worth pointing out that dogs with flappy ears, so the pinner, a bit like Boise's, that flaps over, there's less air circulating. So these are the dogs that I tend to see have more problems. Spaniels, some Labradors, Retrievers. If you have a dog, with those kind of flapped ears, Bassets as well, then it's worth not swimming them too much. Water obviously goes in the ears as they splash about. The ear then flaps down and traps that in there, and it can't get out. So I do see quite a lot of those dogs with ear problems. So that's just something that you can bear in mind if you have one of those breeds. Okay, any questions at the end, pop them in the comments section and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.